Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to tonight's broadcast here on the Solano College Sports Network. Tonight, we have exciting Solano Community College volleyball for you as the Lady Falcons host their rival from Napa Valley, the Napa Valley Storm, here at Solano Community College for an exciting matchup. Napa comes in 4-4 in the Bay Valley Conference in 5th place. Solano, of course, 8-0. Still have not dropped a set. But these are the rivals of the Falcons, the Storm and the Falcons going at it tonight. And I'd like to bring in my broadcast partner, the former MVP for the Solano Falcons, Gabby Silva. Gabby, what are you looking forward to in tonight's game?
Well, Greg, I'm really looking forward to a lot of big offensive plays on both sides of the net. I think that Solano runs a really quick offense, and we're going to get to see a lot of different weapons at the net utilized tonight. I think that both teams have some strong defense, and I think if they are on key, on point, we're going to see a lot of rallies.
Well, let's find out. We've got all the action right here ahead of us, and we'll be right back after this. All right, there you get a look at both teams. There you see Napa and Solano getting ready. And Gabby, of course, this is a rivalry that you're used to. In fact, back when you were playing in the Bay Valley Conference, this was really a big rivalry. Napa, one of the top teams in the Bay Valley Conference, and of course the Solano Falcons back in 2013.
It was, definitely. It's always an exciting time playing Napa, and I just remember back when I played, the bleachers were filled. It was insane just how loud it could get in this gym, and even when we went to visit there, it is definitely a known rivalry that both schools like to perpetuate.
There you get a look at head coach of the Falcons, Darla Williams, giving her team some last-minute instructions, and we are just about ready to get this first set underway. Of course, the Falcons come in first place, 8-0 on the season, as we mentioned before. They have yet to drop a set this season in Bay Valley Conference play. Pretty special.
Pretty exciting. So far, I am reminded of a season in my past.
Well, it's a pretty good season. And I think that season, too, you guys split with Napa?
We didn't. We actually did not. We went undefeated the whole season except the one game with Alameda.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Under action. Solano with the ball. There goes Michaela Johnson. Gets it over for a point. Solano on the board, 1-0 Falcons.
Some really smart placement by Michaela Johnson down the line there.
They had a nice look at her, and Michaela Smith now serving for the Falcons. Nice low serve, gets over. Napa sends it back, blocked back by the Falcons. Comes back over, and that's going to be in, just in. So that'll knot up the score, 1 apiece.
Yeah, I see Napa runs a little bit of a slower offense than Solano does, so they're going to have to adjust their blocking a bit, but looking good so far.
Nice serve by Basco. Falcons get it back over. Napa sends it over. Set by Horder. And Michaela Johnson, little touch there, but I think it was just out of bounds. So point for Napa. Claudine Basco serving for the Napa Valley Storm. Just gets over the net. Set by Horder. Johnson again, and it's good. Tied up at 2-2.
Yeah, you can really see Johnson's her artillery she has there on her tool belt. She's done quite a few different swings just in the first 4 points of the game.
Well, she's definitely got some power. Now with the serve, Johnson, that looks like it's going to be a little long. Point for Napa.
Yeah, too much of that power.
Well, she's well armed. That was a bazooka serve there, a little too much. All right, and Alexia Stewart now serving for the Storm. Serve is over. Smith gets it up. There you see Sibley's knock that thing cross court, but it's out of bounds. So Napa now up by 2, 4-2. And of course, obviously, past couple weeks, very tough for the folks in Napa with the Northern California fires. Napa really hit hard along with Santa Rosa.
Yeah, it's great to see that everybody is here today and able to still compete.
Big swing there by Eliza Rollins. And that's going to be a point for the Falcons. Yeah, Napa not even back in session yet. They've been out for 2 weeks. These girls have been out of school. They finally go back on Monday, get back in the semester. So they've lost 2 weeks of the semester due to the fires. Pimentel with the serve right into the net. And she's got that very deceptive serve, low line drive. That one just a little too low. So serve goes back to Napa. Candace Turk with the serve. Rollins gets it up. Horder. Rollins. Napa gets it back over. And that's going to be out of bounds, point for the Falcons. And we've got a full crew working tonight. There you see we've got our scoreboard up. There you see Eliza Rollins. And sorry, Eliza, I've been calling you Alyssa because that looks how it sounds. But Eliza Rollins, whatever you want to call her, that's a point for the Falcons. Knotted up at 5. Rollins set and the serve. Napa just gets it over. And that was Charlene Abuda. D2 gets it over. Destiny Greenwood. Back to Napa. Into the net. Point Falcons. There you get a look at Sibley's and number 7, Michaela Johnson, 2 of the big hitters for the Falcons. Just waiting to get back in. Rollins set. And the serve. Big hit there. That's going to get us in the booth here.
And I think the official was a little frazzled at first, but ended up calling that ball in. Point went to Napa. It's hard to tell. I was more concerned about blocking my face.
Oh, little backhand tap by Horder. And D2 looks like she blocked that over. There you get a look at Jade Horder right there. Outstanding player for the Falcons, just a freshman out of Rodriguez. Leads the Bay Valley Conference in assists. Franchelle Rualo now with the serve. The libero gets it over. Napa sends it back. Rollins gets it up. Horder, Rollins, point for the Falcons.
Yeah, some back row attacks getting in there. I think we're going to see a lot of exciting stuff out of Solano's offense tonight. They have so many big hitters on the team. There's really, and even the not as tall hitters still have a bit of strength. So whoever you're setting on the court, I think you should be ready for a powerful ball coming over the net.
Andrew Allo, a little bit of good fortune there. Serve dribbles over, point for the Falcons. At it again. That one off the top of the net again. Napa digs that out. That shot's going to be in. That looked like Claudine Basco knocking it home. Actually, that must have been out. Point to the Falcons. 10-6.
I think that originally it was called out of bounds, but the up official said there was a touch off the block. So point, scoreboard's getting adjusted there, and point went to Napa.
So 9-7. Porter with the set, and Johnson just smacks the tar out of that one. Goodness gracious. She had some bad intentions with that swing.
Yeah, she is here to put the ball away tonight.
Yeah, she's got her game face on there. So Horter back to serve. 10-7 Falcons, sends it over. Napa gets it up and into the net. So point for the Falcons, 11-7. Jade Horter, freshman, Ada Rodriguez. Pretty special player for the Falcons. Sends that over. That ball never got any forward momentum, just kept going back, and that's a point for the Falcons again, 12-7.
It's good effort from libero Megan Corpus, but just unfortunately not able to get under it.
So Napa will take a timeout. There you get a look at the Napa Valley Storm. And kind of in a rebuilding situation. I know back when you were playing, outstanding coach for the Napa Valley Storm, one of the top coaches, I think, in Northern California.
Yes, I am not super familiar with the coaching staff now, but they have a very young team with only 2 sophomores on the roster. So I think they are definitely in the rebuilding stages, and they have a lot of potential. Next year, with all the leadership they'll have on the team, I think you can expect them to move up in the rankings in the BBC.
Along with Coach Kristen Iordanova, I believe second year at Napa. Coach Darla Williams coaching the Solano Falcons. She's been at the helm since 2003. I believe got her 200th win last year. All right, so Horter still serving. Sends it over, and that is wide. Point for Napa. So now Sibley's in at the net with Michaela Johnson.
Yeah, powerful front row right now for Solano College.
Casey Hudis with the serve. Gets it over. Johnson knocks it home again. She is off to a fast start for the Falcons. Michaela Johnson out of American Canyon.
And now we see Rollins, Johnson, and Sibley's in the front row right now.
I'd be afraid.
Horter has so many options.
Michaela Smith with the serve. Napa gets it over and blocked right back by Elena Sibley's. 6-1 at the net. So 14-8 now for the Falcons. And now Michaela Smith, sophomore out of Vanden, serves it up. And that's knocked into the bleachers. Another point for the Falcons. Michaela set and the serve. Far side. That's out of bounds. So now going back to serve for Napa, I believe it will be Claudine Basco. Also the libero. And the serve. Rollins, big hit.
Yeah, you saw Rollins there just swinging over.
And the nice
Napa
touch.
blockers.
And the nice touch by Sibley's at the net to bat that one down. And excuse me, Basco is not the libero. I should know that. All you got to do is look at the one person with the different jersey, right?
Yeah, so tonight she's playing DS, which is, you can change in and out of libero DS. They have similar roles being
Defensive specialist.
Yes.
Oh, big block by Rollins in D2. Another point for the Falcons, 17-9. There you see Destiny Greenwood, number 4.
great number to be wearing.
Yes, it is. I believe that was the number of the old MVP back in 2013, Gabby Silva. Yours truly. All right, another point now for the Falcons. Really starting to put the points together. 9-point lead now, 18-9. Boy, and this first set has really been all about Michaela Johnson.
It has been. She's just been putting balls away at the net, being aggressive and being precise with everything. I think we saw one mistake and it was on a tip, so her swinging has been really accurate this evening.
So she serves it over. Napa gets it back. It's going to go to Horder. She's going to set it, and Rollins is going to try to knock that thing home. Good defense by Napa. Gets it back over. Greenwood just taps it over, drops in for a point.
That was great placement by Greenwood. She threw it deep right over the defenders who had come in short. They thought she was going to dink it right in the middle of the court, and she caught them off guard.
And she's looking really comfortable, of course, recovering from that knee surgery. Here comes Napa, gets it over. Solano gets it up, set by Smith. Rollins knocks it over. Good dig by Napa. Back to Napa now. And there goes Sibley's. You see her do that sometimes when a rally's like going on for a while and she's, okay, I'm done. Bam. Point. Falcons, 19-10.
Yeah, that one just went a little wide out of bounds that time, but those ones you get so excited it's hard to control yourself.
Alexia Stewart now serving. Boom. Napa, some good defense there, but nothing for that as Greenwood just taps it over. Now it's 20-10. So Mia Pimentel back to serve, younger sister of Vanessa, who played here with you, Gabby.
Yeah, and Vanessa's here in the crowd tonight supporting little sis.
That's going to be a point for the Falcons. A little too much mustard by one of the Napa Valley Storm. So Pimentel back to serve again. Napa sends it over, blocked back by Solano, but couldn't get it over. Point for the Storm. So 21-10 now. Falcons looking for 4 more points to get this first set. Napa sends it over. Rualo gets it up, set. Rollins, little touch there. Good job by Napa. Gets it back over, tipped by Greenwood. Up in the air, Horder. Now to Pimentel. Oh, nice job by Rualo. Back to Napa. Comes back over. Horder with the set. Rollins. Napa hanging in there. Good defense. Horder. Now to Greenwood, and it's a point for the Falcons. Got to be tough for Napa. You fight off a hard hit by Rollins, and then it comes back and you got Greenwood sending one even harder.
Yeah, it's difficult when you have such a big offense on Solano's side. You have to be ready for all angles coming at you.
Rollins with the serve. That's going to be out of bounds. Point for the Falcons. So 23-11 now. There you get a look at Eliza Rollins and now head coach Darla Williams talking to Taylor Castro. And the serve by Rollins. Little loft on that, off the net. And Napa knocks that out of bounds, 24-11, set point.
Yeah, that was a tricky ball there. Great effort by Napa, but no point.
All right, game point, and that's going to go to the Falcons. I was wondering what the ref was doing. I thought he was doing a little disco dance up there. I go, where's the music? So Solano first set in the books, 25-11. What's Napa got to do to make this a little more competitive in the second set, Gabby?
I think Napa's just going to have to put some big swings out. We saw a couple there at the very end from number 7, Malia Johnson, but I think that right now Solano's offense is just overpowering Napa. They are scrappy. They're playing defense really well, but when you have, like you said before, 3 big hitters in the front row coming at you over and over and over, you can only move so much in such a little amount of time. So, yeah, just putting some big swings over there, making Solano move their feet, and I think they'll get some more points in this next set.
Well, we'll find out, Gabby. We'll be right back for the second set. Solano up 1-0 right after this.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff. That's me at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
it's more than just sports. It's an education.
All right, we're ready to go for the second set. Solano has the first one in the books. Ready for set 2.
We see a bit of a change on Solano's roster. Michaela Smith now playing libero, and we will see how she does.
Oh, and also number 5 in for the Falcons. That's Jody Pagulayan right there at the net. So Hudis with the serve for Napa. Comes back over. Good block by one of the Napa girls. Gets it over for a point. They're going, we're not going anywhere. So Casey Hudis back to serve.
Setter for Napa.
And just a freshman. So Napa up 1-0. Hudis with the serve. Gets it over. Porter with the set. Here comes Johnson. That's just going to be a little. No, that was out.
So Casey Hudis is from Mount House. Do you know where that is, Greg?
It's next to the big mansion. I have no idea.
I see. Yeah, only a school.
The big house.
Only school on the roster that I'm not familiar with. Everybody else pretty local.
Hudis gets it over, and Stewart knocks it home for Napa. So Napa up 2-1.
Yeah, like I said, their post set 1 analysis, if you make Solano move their feet some more, they're going to have a better chance at getting some points on the board.
Basco back to serve. Just over the net. And I think Horter kind of got into the net. She looked like she was going for a little backhand dump.
Yeah, well, so what happened there on that call is Horter is actually back row right now, and so she cannot contact a ball above the plane of the net and send it over. So because it touched Napa's hands, it was considered a back row attack and automatically goes to Napa.
So Napa up 4-1. And that's going to be another point for Napa, up 5-1.
Yeah, Solano just making small errors right now.
Basco set and the serve. Over. Porter with the set. That was Greenwood, but Napa able to handle it until then. So point for the Falcons, now 5-2. So Jody Pogalayan coming out. And now I believe Mia Pimentel back to serve. Serve is up. Hudis with the serve. Turk sends it over. Back over to Napa. Set. Big hit, and it's off of one of the Falcons. That was Smith coming over, so that'll be a point for Napa, up 6-2.
Yeah, she saw what I saw. I think she might have seen some deflection by the ball off Destiny Greenwood's hands, and because of that, she had no choice but trying to play the ball.
Alexia Stewart with the serve. Porter with the set. Porter, another set. Rollins, bam. Point, Falcons, 6-3. So now Rollins will go back to serve. Sophomore Ada Rodriguez. And the serve is over. Basco gets it up. Hudis sends it over, and then one of the Napa Valley finishes it, gets it over. Big hit there by, I think that was Taylor Castro.
It was. We're excited to see her back on the court tonight. She was out on Wednesday with a finger injury, I believe. But she's dressed out and performing tonight.
Look good on that big hit. So Falcons down by 4 now. 6-4 Napa. Oh, Johnson, big hit, but Falcons fighting back. Good defense, just get it over, but that's going to be a point for the Falcons. Why is that?
It was a double contact. It just was not a clean contact by Michaela Smith and might have bounced off both hands while on the way over the net.
So 7-4 now. Turk serving. Sends it over. Porter with the set. Here comes Castro, but block back, point for Napa, up 8-4. Candace Turk, one of the taller Storm. Just looked like a miss hit there for the Falcons.
Yeah, just a bad pass. Napa is definitely putting the pressure on the defense for Solano, and it is working to their advantage.
Turk, another serve. Porter tries to tap it over, but dribbles off the net back to the Falcon side, so 10-4 now. And how important do you think it is to Coach Williams to try to keep that unbeaten streak alive and not drop a set? Is it that important?
You know, overall it is exciting to say, hey, we did this, but ultimately I think that getting the overall victory is the most important thing. It's going to help with playoff standings. It's going to help with getting these girls recognized for all they've done this season, getting the accolades they deserve. So dropping one set, yes, it'll be noted, and if it does happen by Napa or whoever does it, you know, they will definitely get a little bit of credit for being the ones to have taken that one. But overall, the match win is what I would say is obviously the most important thing.
And it's nice to see the Falcons get pushed a little bit.
Definitely. We've seen some weaker teams in this gym this season, so this is an exciting match.
All right, so Turk, that's just an errant serve. So that'll be a point for the Falcons. So after a string of points by Napa, Falcons able to get their 5th point, down by 5. Service back to the Falcons, and Smith sends that one over. Hudis tried to bat it over, but hit it into the net. Napa couldn't recover, and that'll be a point for the Falcons. So 10-6 now. Smith back, ready to serve. Line drive over the net. Hudis with the serve. Johnson. Porter now. And that's going to be out of bounds by the Falcons. Point to Napa.
Yeah, we have 2 big Johnson hitters, one on each side of the net.
And both 7s. Big serve there. Rollins. Falcons get it over. Hudis with the serve to Turk, but blocked back by who else? Number 7, Michaela Johnson. You know, the more I watch Michaela, you know, not the tallest of the Falcons, but certainly powerful and has some hops, reminds me a little of one of the coaches over there.
Yeah, Bree Christek, definitely.
Porter with the serve. And Basco gets it over for Napa, gets a point there. The little defensive specialist most of the time. So 12-7 now. Napa still ahead by 5. And Hannah Perinas now with the serve. Sends it right into the side of the net. So 12-8, ball back to the Falcons. There you see Megan Corpus coming in for the Napa Valley Storm. And there you see Fran Ruolo for the Falcons. And Fran, usually the libero, but not in this set. Of course, Michaela Smith with the black jersey on. Napa with the set. And that's blocked back, point for the Falcons. There you see Jody Pagalayan there, number 5 at the net, along with Johnson and Rollins. Ruala with the serve. Hudis, Johnson, that's going to be out. Point, oh, excuse me.
Sorry.
That looked like that was out.
Yeah, he did call it out. Point Solano. Yeah, Napa's going to really have to clean up these swings here and the serving if they want to stay in this game. Like that.
Boy, just as you
swing,
said
yes.
that, right? She heard you.
She said, okay, I got to keep this in.
And went to the far side of the court, but still got it in. Point for Napa. So they're still hanging on to the lead, up by 3, 13-10. Hudis gets it over. Johnson will just keep that in play, gets it over. Hudis with the serve. Basco again. And blocked back by Candace Turk of the Napa Valley Storm. Another point on the board for the Storm, up 14-10. They're hanging in there.
Yeah, that was a great block by Candace. She comes from St. Patrick's, which St. Vincent's, they typically have a pretty strong volleyball program.
That serve's going to be out. Point for the Falcons, 14-11. Johnson now serving for the Falcons. Sends it just over the net. Bam! And Rollins puts that away.
Those overpasses you wait for as a front row player.
Boy, and she knew what to do with that one. Point for the Falcons, now just down by 2.
Yeah, Coach Williams was one of the few coaches that I actually did drills to practice what to do during that situation.
Good hustle by Hudis there to keep that one in play. Napa gets it back over. Greenwood, that was a knuckle sandwich. Looked like a knuckleball and able to drop in. Point for the Falcons, now just down by 1.
You know, they say sometimes ugly works.
Boy, it did that time. That had all kinds of spin coming off the side of her left knuckle. Falcons trying to tie it up here. Nice little touch by Turk, and
went out of bounds there, hit the antenna.
so that'll tie it up. Time out.
Yeah, Solano was able to crawl back into this set just because of, I think, some offensive errors on Napa's side, and I think some of it has to do with the communication between the setters and the hitters. There's a little bit of a time discrepancy, as we saw in that last approach by Candace Turk. She left her position way earlier than the ball was coming, so I think if they can clean that up, they're still going to be able to battle the rest of this set, but they really have to work on keeping the ball in, keeping it clean, and swinging hard.
Yeah, and they could be a little slow start for Napa Valley, but if you look at it, in the last 2 weeks, because of the fires, they've only played one time. They actually had 2 matches that were canceled, both against Alameda and Mendocino last week. They played on Wednesday in a 3-set victory against Laney.
Yeah, and you have to think, too, how it's affected possibly their practice time and things like that.
Yeah, home situation.
Yeah.
I mean, all of that. But they're fighting hard today here in the Falcons' nest, giving the Falcons all they can handle. And that's going to be a point for the Falcons. And I believe this is the first time the Falcons have had the lead in this second set. Of course, won the first set, up 1-0. Johnson sends that one right into the net. That just looked like a mishit.
I think she was trying to be a little tricky and wasn't able to execute.
So Basco now coming back to serve for Napa Valley. All tied up, 15-15. Basco with the serve. And that, I think Rollins hit that right to Hudis and just kind of had some spin on it, went right off her back of her palm and all the way behind her. Point for the Falcons, now up by a point, 16-15. Pimentel to serve. Sends it over. Hudis. Turk blocked back by the Falcons. Was that Greenwood or Rollins?
I am not sure, but they both get credit for it. Like I explained before, if they're up there together, setting the post together, then they both get credit for that nice block.
So nice attempt there by Pimentel, but serve is errant. Point will go to Napa, 17-16. And now Stewart serving for the Napa Valley Storm, down by a point, second set. Falcons get that over. Hudis. And that was Johnson, blocked back by Greenwood, still in play. Back over to Napa. Hudis, Turk. That was out of bounds, point for the Falcons.
Just out of bounds, but it was great decision making by freshman setter Casey Hudis, changing it up there. She had a strong hitter on the outside and decided to draw the blockers away.
So Rollins back to serve. Falcons up 18-16. Johnson over for Napa Valley. Here come the Falcons. Block back, and that's going to be a point for the Falcons. Good attempt there by number 7, Malia Johnson, though, for the Napa Valley Storm. So 19-16 now. Rollins with the serve. Johnson gets it over. Porter, Greenwood, little tap. Hudis, Turk. Now that point went to Napa, and that almost looked like Greenwood, like she was palming it.
Yeah, it actually was, the point went to Napa because of a missed contact by Jade Horder. She was trying to pull the ball out of the net. It was a really tight pass, and unfortunately had a double contact, like I explained before, 2 hands just not contacting at the same time. So point automatically goes to Napa, but they missed a serve, and ball will go right back to the Falcons.
And Michaela Smith there, the libero in this game. Gets it over. Hudis, Turk, Porter, Johnson. Good hustle there by Napa, keeping it alive. Turk sends it right into the net. So 21-17 now for the Falcons. 4 points away from getting this second set. Give them a 2-0 lead. Smith with the serve. Oh, and just an errant hit by Turk there. Goes out of bounds. Another point for the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm not going to be surprised if Coach Darla decides to pick on Turk here a little bit at the end. She had that missed serve and now missed pass. I think that it would be wise of Coach Williams to go back to her just to challenge her when she might be a little flustered.
And there you get a look at Coach Darla Williams talking to her troops there. And while we have a moment, you can catch all of our broadcasts. Probably the best place to go is to Facebook, Solano College Sports Network. You can also check us out on our YouTube channel, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and of course, you can watch all of our content on Fairfield's own cable channel 28 on the Fairfield Cable Access Station. All right, well, timeout just about over. Falcons need 3 more points, up 22-17. Michaela Smith still serving for the Falcons. And Taylor Castro now at the net. That serve barely over. Napa sends it back to the Falcons. That's blocked by Hudis. Blocked Greenwood, and it drops in. Or that might have been Johnson. Yeah, I believe it was Michaela Johnson for the Falcons. Good job by the Napa Valley Storm, hanging in there. 22-18. Good serve. Falcons get it over. Napa going to Turk. And that's going to be a point for Napa. So Turk coming back.
Recovering from those errors.
And so now Malia Johnson will serve for the Storm and sends that just over the net and drops in. Little good fortune there for the Storm. So 22-20 now. Again, Falcons have not dropped a set in Bay Valley Conference play. Oh, big serve right into the net by Johnson. She was going for it there, wasn't she?
She was. She did not want to let Solano have another set.
So Falcons need just 2 more points. Jade Horter now back to serve. Turk, Hudis, Vasco able to hammer that one home. Hit that right into Sibley's and then dropped in front of her. I like the Napa girls. They are not afraid.
Yeah, that was some great swing by Vasco. She's much smaller than Sibley's up there, but was able to tool her.
Little touch by Hudis, but doesn't fool the Falcons. Johnson hits that over, but into the net, I think. That's going to be a point for Napa, so 23-21. Napa hanging in there. It looked like the Falcons finally got over the hump, just 2 points away, but Napa's not so fast. Another service error. Oh, they're going to want those serves back, aren't they, Gabby?
That's a big, big error right there with a match this close, a set this close.
And now you got the Falcon big hitters at the net with Johnson, Sibley's, and Rollins. Served by the Falcons. Basco gets it up. Johnson's just going to send it over deep. Smith, Horter, Sibley's, point.
Yeah, when you serve a free ball over the net, you have to expect a big swing coming back your way, especially with an offense at the net that Solano had.
Well, that point puts the second set in the books. Falcons now up 2-0, but that's the closest they've come to losing a set in quite some time. So let's see what Napa has on hand for the third set coming up. We'll be right back after this.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person. I've been taking classes here for years now, so I've never actually had a class that I enjoyed quite like this one.
You know, I think it teaches you a lot about, it's confidence building to me.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's great.
Nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have. And POF with this program lets you be as ambitious as you want and lets you express yourself the way a teacher should let you.
So, like I said, it's really gratifying to us to be able to help in a way where we can see immediate results. And I think the sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
Get the hands-on experience.
I mean, on-the-job training is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge in this industry.
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
All right, so we are ready for the third set. 2 sets in the books already. Solano won the first one handily, 25-11, but boy, very competitive in that second set. Solano finally winning that 25-22. Last time Solano lost a set was in a 3-1 loss to Gavilan College back on September 9th.
In preseason play.
Preseason play. That was our last non-conference game. Then they started the Bay Valley Conference against Marin on the 13th of September. Haven't dropped a set yet. All right, so we got that third set underway. Falcons start off with a point.
We see Michaela Smith and Fran Rualo switched back, so Fran is libero again this third set.
Porter with the serve. Johnson sends it cross court. And that's going to be too far out of bounds, point for Napa. And I noticed that time it looked like Johnson was on the other side of the net, out of bounds. And that's cool?
I didn't see exactly what happened that last point, unfortunately. So, you can go out of bounds on the other side of the net so long as you keep it in play on
your side.
On your side, yes.
So Basco serving for Napa. Johnson has to switch gears and get that one. No, keeps it alive. Turk back over for Napa. Porter with the set. Rollins. Good job by Hudis. Porter again. And that's going to be a point. Just waiting to see the ref call that in. That looked like it was close. Now Greenwood coming in.
So we have Greenwood, Sibley's, and Rollins in the front row. Coach Williams this year, with as many tall players as she has, is able to switch her front row players around in different positions on different rotations. So last time we saw Sibley's in the middle, and now we're seeing her over on the right side with Destiny in the middle, and it's exciting to see what they're able to do with so much power on the court.
Yeah, it's exciting to watch, and as you said before, I mean, how cool is it for Horder? It's like, oh, which one do I go to this time? It's like eating at a smorgasbord. That one just blasted way out of bounds. Falcons up 4-1. Yeah, those 4 right there. All right, Johnson with the serve. Back to the Falcons. Horder. And that was Greenwood. A little too much power that time. Knocks it out of bounds.
I think she might have been swinging for some hands there and missed just by a bit.
So Alexia Stewart now will serve it up for Napa. Napa down by 2. Third set just underway. Falcons up 4-2. Stewart with the serve. Low line drive. Good job by Smith to go get that. Hit over by Sibley's. Nice job by Basco keeping that alive for the Storm. Back to the Falcons. Rollins. Point. Falcons. So 5-2 now for the Falcons. Charlene Abuda back to serve. Sophomore out of Bethel. Low line drive, gets over. Basco, nice job digging that one out of the court. Ooh, some mustard there by one of the Storm. Rollins gets it back for the Falcons. Hudis with the serve. Turk sends it over. Blocked back by Greenwood, but gets back to the other side. That's going to be a point for Napa. Got to like the grit of the Napa Valley Storm. Hanging in there, playing tough.
Yeah, looking at these rosters here, this is the closest thing you'll get to a hometown competition as far as community college. So many of these girls played against each other or even with each other. We have 4 girls out here tonight that played at Jesse Bethel High School. Beautiful, beautiful block by Destiny up there at the net. Sorry, Greg, I was taking away your...
Hey, that's okay, because she is fun to watch. So athletic. And 2-sport athlete. Also going to be suiting up for the women's basketball team for the Falcons. So Rollins with the serve. Gets it over. Here comes Turk. Little touch on that one. But doesn't make it over. Point for the Falcons. Now up 7-3. Rollins back to serve. Eliza. That's going to be blocked over by Greenwood, but boy, Charlene Abuda with a nice defensive play to keep the ball alive during that rally. And so a timeout and break in the action. Solano up 8-3 now. Coach Williams. She's not as animated as some of the other coaches, but she's close. She's not Borchert, she's not Stover, but she would be number 3.
Yeah, definitely. And I'd say Solano has quite a few animated coaches here, so it's fun to see how each coaching style varies, but then how Solano likes to keep it weird, as they say in Austin.
Well, I always I know if I have students who play for Stover, the baseball coach,
Yes.
now on a 2-year hiatus, Matt Borchert or Coach Williams, there's nothing really I can say that they haven't heard before. It's like you can get after those kids a little bit, and it's like, oh, that's nothing compared to what I get from my coaches.
Yes, I will agree with that statement 100%.
All right, Rollins trying to keep it going, just hits it where nobody ain't, and that's another point for the Falcons, 9-3 now. See if Napa might be running out of gas here. Turk, good job keeping that alive. Basco gets it over for the Storm. There's Horter. Castro tries to bang it home. Good D by the Storm. Oh, that's coming back to us, Gabby. Rollins keeps it alive, and then Rualo gets it over. We got a rally here. Horter, Rualo, Rollins. Back over to Napa. Hudis has it now. Little tap over by one of the Storm. Horter, here goes to Castro, and knocks it home. Not sure if that would have been long, but didn't have to worry about it. One of the Storm would over, got a hand on it.
Yeah, you can see Castro knew she got a bit lucky there.
Please hit it. Please hit it. 10-3 now for the Falcons. Rollins, another serve. Just gets over the net. Oh, my goodness gracious. With that, Rollins.
No, that was Destiny Greenwood there in the middle.
There it was, yeah. It was the 2 pigtails, not the one.
Could have been amazing, but unfortunately he snagged that net more than the other side of the court.
So that point goes to Napa. Oh, Greenwood, nice touch there. So 11-4 now for the Falcons. There you get a look at the freshman, 2-sport athlete here at Solano. Johnson coming in. Pretty even trade there, I'd say. Greenwood out, Johnson in.
Yeah, I'd say any of the big offensive players, you're not losing anything by making a substitution.
A lot of depth for these Falcons. Johnson sends that over. Hudis with the serve. Turk knocks it over. Horder, Johnson. Little long. 11-5 now. Again, we're in the third set. Solano up 2-0. And now Megan Corpus serving for the Storm.
One of the 2 sophomores on Napa's team.
Johnson. Just, what are you going to do? Duck? Probably won't see that in community college volleyball, huh?
Not from Napa, at least.
Corpus with the serve. Castro. Hudis with the set. That little Basco can get up and hit it for the Storm.
She can. She has a vertical on her.
Again.
And the power.
Yeah, she gets up there. And she's 5'4". Corpus again. Napa got something going here. Only down by 4. Castro again. She's going to knock that one long.
Yeah, the roster actually has Basco listed as a libero or defensive specialist, and she's up here at the net tonight banging some out.
Yeah, and I mean, she's given up 6-8 inches to some of these Solano players.
Yeah, she was able to, I think she is one of the shortest players on Napa's team and was able to get a tool off of Solano's tallest player tonight.
Porter with the serve. Hudis with the set. Corpus just gets it over. Here we go. Johnson smacks that home. Man, she's had an outstanding game tonight. Every set, her presence has been felt.
When she made a few hitting errors here at the beginning of this third set, and now she's really honing in on correcting all of that and keeping the ball in play.
Horder with the serve, and boy, Turk, it looked like she just kind of got her hands mixed up there.
Yeah, I think she was trying to decide if she should pass it overhand or underhand, and sometimes to get stuck in that middle area, not sure what to do, and almost smacks you in the chest.
Point for the Falcons. 14-8 now. Horder ready, and the serve. Low line drive, just gets over.
That was a great serve by Horder.
Rollins sends that up, and then Sibley's just gets that off the net to go over. Nice rally. Castro able to get that one in this time.
Yeah.
Nice swing.
She said there was a few too many contacts in this rally. Let me end it right here.
So 15-8 now for the Falcons. Sibley's little soccer kick there. Horder ready to go. And the serve. Bam! Sibley sends it home. Point for the Falcons. Man, when Sibley's gets at the net and gets that ball right in front of her, I mean, she just smacks that thing almost straight down over the net.
Yeah, like we talked about on Wednesday, with her wingspan and her height, there's just not much you can do.
So Falcons now up 16-8. Third game. Boy, pretty automatic, too, when we're doing these Falcon games. They start at home at 6. Usually about 7:10 going to be over. We're so used to those 3-set matches. But still a ways to go in this one. Napa down by 8. They're fighting hard, get a couple breaks, and climb back in this one. So there you see at the net, you got Castro, number 10, Johnson, 7, Sibley's 3. And then for back up there, you got Eliza Rollins, number 17.
Yeah, not a bad person to have as your back row hitter.
So Horter still serving for the Falcons. And sends it over. Basco again, this one blocked back by the Falcons. Horter's going to go here, and Castro's big swing. That's going to be a point for the Falcons. So Castro back in action after you said Gabby's sitting out Wednesday's game and looking pretty fresh. Horter set. Another serve. Turk gets it up. Hudis. Basco, but this time, kind of that 5'4" stature showed up. Hit that one right into the net.
Yeah, she was not able to get an approach in there or get off the ground. So standing at 5'4" and trying to swing over the net, you saw what happens. It ends up in the net.
So Macy Martinez now comes in for Castro. Horter still serving, 18-8. Low line drive. Turk able to get it up. Set by one of the Storm. Johnson sends it over. Here goes Horter. Johnson. And point.
Great swing by Johnson. She was just able to levitate in the air there and get on top of that ball.
So Falcons 6 points away from winning the match. Horter ready and the serve. That was Alexia Williams there, I believe. Or Stewart, excuse me.
Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure. I missed the substitution, but Napa did have a change in setters. So now number 12, Grace Carter, is in setting for Napa and back to serve right now.
Gets that over. Sibley's, goodness.
Unstoppable. I mean, the height on the other side of the net right now, you know, you just can't even jump to block that. There's nothing you can do in those situations.
So Macy Martinez just in and now serving. Low line drive, gets it over. Nice serve by Martinez. Boy, Basco fired that one, but unfortunately right into Sibley's.
Yeah.
Back at you.
Tooling Sibley's again.
So 20-10. Substitution for Napa. Rebecca Perinas. Whoa. She's barely 5 foot.
Yeah.
Coming in.
The smallest on the...
We thought Basco there at 5'4". No, we can go shorter.
Well, now in review, they actually have 3 other girls listed at 5'4" on the roster. So Solano is definitely dominating as far as height in the BVC this year. I don't think we've seen another team with as much height. Playoffs, though, that will all change.
Oh, Rollins, what a play, but I think she might have, no, good.
Nope, she was clean.
Good, 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 Eliza Rollins, nice play. Yeah, that's the real question. You look at this team, what do you think about the team with the depth as far as making a playoff run?
You know, I would not be surprised if they went further than we did. It was challenging making the transition from not the most competitive conference to playoffs, but I think that this team definitely has fire within them, and they have so much on the bench to offer. So I think that, you know, just from my experience, we got stuck with not really having anyone to bring off the bench into the game, and this year Coach Williams has so many options. I think they're gonna do pretty well.
Well, it'll be exciting to see, won't it? Napa sends that one long, point for the Falcons. So now just 1 point away from getting this third set and winning another match 3-0. Pagalayan serving.
Great swing by Malia Johnson.
Yeah, she goes, heck with it. I'm just going to go for it. And it worked, 24-11.
Yeah, so we have Malia Johnson from Vanden and Michaela Smith on Solano, both from Vanden.
Sibley's just kind of knocks that thing over, almost went in. Blocked by Greenwood, able to save it off the elbow. Udis, Turk, little tap. Rollins, nice play to save it. Over to Greenwood. Falcons get it back over. No, they didn't. It was short.
Nope, it was good effort, but just a bit of a miscommunication there.
So 2 points in a row for the Storm, not going away. 24-12. Falcons still need that one last point. Napa gets it over. Oh, Pagalayan, she had trouble with that one, and that's going to be a point.
Another one of those balls, like I said, it's just tough to decide if you want to underhand pass it or overhand pass it. You get stuck in that in between. A tough serve coming from Alexia Stewart as well.
Martinez able to handle that one to Horder to Rollins. Good job by Stewart. Back over to the Falcons. Now to Horder and Sibley's.
Sibley's just finishing this set.
Yeah, she's the finisher.
Match. She is.
Yeah, when you're ready for the rally to be done, set it to 3. Probably going to be over.
She's the sophomore with the experience, and she's aggressive out there on the court.
Well, Gabby, another one in the books for the Falcons. I believe the next game we'll have for you will be next Wednesday. That'll be against the Los Medanos Mustangs, currently in second place in the Bay Valley Conference. So a little bit of a test, especially in that second set for the Falcons. Should get a bit of a more test with the game against Los Medanos on Wednesday. We'll have that game for you. Final thoughts on this game, Gabby?
I think it was a great effort from Napa here tonight. We see they're ranked 4th, but like I said on Wednesday, you know, the losses that they do have in the BVC this year are in the 5th set, so besides tonight, obviously. So they're a competing team. They like to battle. They like to challenge teams. But unfortunately, Solano is the team with the finishers. They finished the match, and Sibley's was up there for all 3 sets, just ready to put balls away.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our broadcast tonight. That'll do it for us here at Solano Community College. I'm Greg Poff, along with my broadcast partner, Gabby Silva. We want to thank our entire crew tonight. Excellent work by our 3 camera people, Elizabeth Torres, Jack Miller, and Josh Kinder on camera. Brian Nelson doing an outstanding job for us running the broadcast. And as I said before, we'll be back next Wednesday night, another match for the Falcons as they will host the Los Medanos Mustangs. For all of you watching, we thank you. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast, and we out.
You keep telling me to make it, yeah, to the spot where we would stay lit, and finish bottles never wasted.